You would never talk to your friends the way you talk to yourself. If they made a mistake, you'd understand. If they felt tired, you'd tell them to rest. If they were struggling, you'd remind them they're doing their best. But when it's you, the voice in your head sounds different. Suddenly you're lazy, not good enough, behind everyone else. And after a while, you're not just tired from life. You're tired from being in your own head. I realized this a few months ago. I had one of those normal, productive days. I finished what I needed to do, went to class, even worked out. Nothing went wrong. But that night, all I could think about was what I didn't do, the message I replied to too late, the task I postponed, the moment I felt unfocused. If a friend told me they had a day like that, I would have said, "That honestly sounds like a pretty good day." But when it was me, it still felt like failure. And that's when I understood something. I wasn't exhausted because I was doing too much. I was exhausted because I never felt like I was doing enough. A lot of high-functioning people live like this. From the outside, everything looks fine. You show up, you work, you keep going. But internally, there's this constant voice keeping score. And psychologically, this actually makes sense. Your brain has something called a negativity bias. It remembers mistakes more strongly than successes. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. Noticing danger mattered more than celebrating progress. But today, that same system turns inward. Your brain starts treating you like the problem that needs fixing. So instead of motivating you, your inner voice becomes critical, impatient, harsh. And here's the problem. You think this makes you better, but it usually does the opposite. When you constantly criticize yourself, your nervous system stays in stress mode. Your mind never feels safe enough to fully relax. So even when you stop working, you don't feel rested. You just feel behind. The goal isn't to become unrealistically positive. It's simply to stop being unnecessarily cruel to yourself. Here are 3 things that actually help. 1. Notice the voice. Don't fight it. Most people try to silence negative thoughts. That rarely works. Instead, start noticing how you talk to yourself. When you think, "I'm so lazy," pause for a moment and ask, "Would I say this to someone I care about?" That small pause creates distance. You're no longer inside the thought. You're observing it, and that alone reduces its power. 2. Replace judgment with curiosity. Self-criticism sounds like this. Why can't I focus? What's wrong with me? Curiosity sounds different. Why am I tired today? What made this hard? One attacks, the other tries to understand, and understanding leads to change much faster than shame ever will. 3. Talk to yourself like someone you're responsible for, not like a coach yelling from the sidelines, more like a calm, honest friend. You can still want to improve. You can still hold yourself accountable. But instead of saying, "I failed again," try, "Okay, that didn't go as planned. What's the next small step?" Progress grows in safety, not in self-attack. The truth is, most people watching this aren't lazy. You care, you try, you want to do better, and that's exactly why you end up being so hard on yourself. But you don't need to be your own enemy to move forward. You're allowed to learn without punishing yourself. You're allowed to rest without earning it first. And you're allowed to grow at your own pace. Sometimes the biggest relief comes from realizing you don't have to fight yourself anymore. If this video helped you, feel free to like it and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you know someone who's always too hard on themselves, share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need to hear. And let me know in the comments, what does your inner voice usually say when you make a mistake?